What's up, people? And welcome to another episode of the Gotham After Show. I am your boy, Devon, as usual, here to do the same thing that we do every week, which is entertain you folks and hopefully bring the madness. To my right side, we have your girl, the lovely Vi.
Hi, lovely Vi says hi. And why aren't you following me on Twitter yet? Yes, you right there, yeah.
Yeah, what's your problem? You not following Vi on Twitter yet? You got issues? You got something you need to say? She got a voice back. Doesn't it sound great, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Right
talk
next
again.
to her, we do have your boy, David.
Hi guys, David. How about that non-existent episode of Gotham?
It was a good one.
It was the best one yet.
It was great, wasn't it? And unfortunately, Tommy couldn't be with us today. Wasn't anything serious, I just wanted to say it like this and look you right in the eye. But he did send us a picture of what he's currently doing, which is making people laugh on the other side. Take a look. Oh my goodness. He sent that and he said he has that Bruce Jenner haircut. Shout out to Tommy. Okay, good stuff. I said it looked like you probably got more house cats at home than necessary with that haircut. I like it. I like it. But yes, as usual, please do subscribe. Tell us what you think. Send us your questions, everything, to theStream.tv on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere. Hit us up. You know, as always, we always got to respond and say whatever we want to say back to you. So, to start off, in Tommy's stead, we did get a lovely video made by the guy Jon Schnepp, which is a DC genius. The guy knows pretty much everything you can think of and actually knows a lot of the writers. He does a lot of the other shows like Geek 360. I think he's done that one before. I know he does. I think AMC Movie Talk. Does a few things, so you'll probably recognize him. But yeah, sit back, take a second, and check out what he sent out for us, because it's really cool.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Jon Schnepp, and today we are going to be taking a look at the DC Universe, the untapped potential that exists on the silver screen and on television and live action. And we're going to talk about a lot of characters that have just not seen any kind of love so far yet. I'm going to use this portrait right here, which is basically a jam session comprised of a ton of different incredible artists, monsters of their time, made in 1987. So this is obviously before the New 52. This is like after the big shakeup from Crisis on Infinite Earths. They made this kind of jam session poster, but it's great because it's indicative of so many of DC's incredible characters, and we just have not seen anything done with them yet, and it's high time. So let's talk about some of these characters. We've got, obviously, a lot of people know who Rorschach is. And he was from the Watchmen miniseries that Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons did. This is a Dave Gibbons piece drawn of Rorschach. But his original origin comes from this character all the way over here, known as The Question. Now, The Question is a Steve Ditko character from Charlton Comics, made up in the 60s. And he's basically exactly kind of like Rorschach. Sees everything in black and white. He plays a newsman and puts on a faceless mask and avenges crimes that were let go by the authorities. So he's a character that can very easily be an amazing addition to the DC universe, either a TV series or a movie. It would be great. It could be done in a very Sin City kind of like film noir style. He's a perfect character, and it can be done relatively cheaply compared to something like Batman or Superman. It's fantastic when you just take a look at all these different characters. You have the Spectre, you have Plastic Man. They couldn't be more opposite, but yet you have two amazing characters. The Spectre would fit perfectly into a series like Constantine. I mean, he's from the realm of the undead. He's an avenging force. And then you have here, we've got the Doom Patrol, which would be an incredible series. It's basically an amazing combination of the Fantastic Four and X-Men, just waiting to be turned into an incredible DC Comics property. You also have over here Deadman. An amazing story about a trapeze artist who's gets murdered and comes back as a ghost to avenge his wife's death. You've got Metamorpho, this crazy mutant. He's kind of like a DC mutant. You've got Hourman. You've got Hawkman, somebody who has not been exploited yet. I mean, he was basically, the only time he showed up was in a Smallville episode. You've got Power Girl. You've got Sergeant Rock, which Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to play him many years ago. There's so many different characters in here. I'd love to see OMAC, One Man Army Corps, another Jack Kirby creation. A lot of people know OMAC from the OMAC robots, but originally he was this guy, this crazy dude with an insane mohawk. I mean, the list is endless. You've got Captain Atom, you've got Mr. Miracle, and all these other characters from the Jack Kirby Fourth World series, the New Gods. That would be an incredible movie series right there, The New Gods. Unlimited amounts of cosmic sequels. We're just breaking in, just tapping at the tip of the iceberg of the DC characters. And this is from 1987. So there's so many more characters and derivations of those guys now. Here we are in 2015. I hope this gives you a little hint at some of the flavor that we should be expecting in the next 10, 15 years coming from DC and their television and movies, all coming from these amazing comic books. I'm Jon Schnepp. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, so like I said, the man is a walking encyclopedia of DC Universe, okay? Not to say that we aren't fans ourselves, of course. Now, I know with me, as everybody probably already knows, I'm a huge Flash fan. So as he was saying about the whole what he wants to see live action involved in the universe, who the hell do you think I'm gonna say? And I mean, the reasons are limitless. So I'm not even gonna elaborate on that fact right there because Flash is life. Okay, people? Flash is life. Yes. But, Vi, who would you like to see?
Well, it kind of goes without saying, and you know, this character from the DC world isn't on that big poster that Jon Schnepp talked about because she was created in like the 90s. But I'm one of those chicks that just loves Harley Quinn. She is just such a funny character, and I'm along those lines. I'm so stoked about this new Suicide Squad movie because I've just been like, when are we going to see Harley? When are we going to see Harley? And I saw all these like news articles that said that she wasn't going to be a part of the movie, and I was like, oh, you're killing me! But we finally got a Harley. I'm really excited.
And are you happy that Margot Robbie is going to do it?
I don't know much about Margot Robbie, so I'm just like, great, super.
Well, from the guys who have seen
I've heard.
In the biblical perspective, we know her well.
Yes,
I heard.
do.
I heard. Is it true that you see her Gina in Wolf of Wall
Have you ever
Street?
seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No, I haven't
Girl, you
seen
better
it
go
yet.
watch it.
That movie is 4 hours of fidelity. That's about
Yes,
it.
that's all it is. But Margot Robbie, besides the like look standpoint, okay, physically we all know she could probably pull it off, but I feel like she could do the voice and everything as well. I'm pretty sure they saw a side to her besides the vaginal and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that shows that she could do the role because they obviously didn't pick like, you know, she's not, for example, like the girl that they're doing, what's her name, Kara.
You mean the girl who's doing it on Arrow?
No. The model that they're using for the other character of Suicide Squad.
The Enchantress?
Kara, the one with the eyebrows. She's famous for the eyebrows. Like, obviously, they picked somebody with a little more acting substance, you know? Because Margot Robbie, I would say, is pretty good. She might have been naked in the movie, but she still did good in the movie, you know? So, you know, I'm hoping that you get what you're looking for because, you know, I got to deal with Ezra Miller in about 4 years. And, you know, anything can happen in 4 years, you know? I'm not going to say anything, but we'll see. I'm not too happy about that choice. Fingers crossed for sure. But, David, who would you like to see entered into the live-action DC universe, as Jon Schnepp was saying?
I would like to see a Nightwing movie.
Yeah.
Or at least a Batman movie where Nightwing is there and not Robin. Or, like, at least introduce the character. Like, I understand Dark Knight Rises introduced Dick Grayson, who we didn't find out was Dick Grayson to the end. It was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. See, I don't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And the funny thing about that movie is if you get an editing program, you put the Dark Knight Rises in it, and you cut all the scenes with Joseph Gordon-Levitt out, the movie still works, and it's actually better, which is sad.
I saw that on
That's
Facebook. It was like, if you cut him out, it's fine.
And it's 30 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
So it's not a 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie.
But as a chick, I appreciate putting Joseph Gordon-Levitt in things because he's Joseph
I
Gordon-Levitt.
mean, I think he's pretty cool. I liked Inception and a few other, and I don't know if you ever saw Hesher.
I'm sorry, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt is not Dick Grayson, period.
And you know what? I'm going to let you have that because anybody can tell me anybody can be the Flash. As much as I love Willard Christopher Smith Jr., a.k.a. Will Smith, if they told me he was the Flash, I would hesitate, but on the inside I'd be boiling a little bit, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a very hard role to feel in my eyes. So I can see where you're coming from
sure.
with your Nightwing.
Well, I think
When you have-
we could do is a simple story. Well, it's not really simple, but one of my favorite stories is God, I'm really behind in the DC comics, but the last Batman issues that I read, Batman was gone. He was trapped in another universe. He was stuck. He was gone. And in his absence, the villains of Gotham were rising up and doing all kinds of. So Dick Grayson came in and became the new Batman. Like, he's no longer Nightwing. He's Batman now.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, he's a different Batman, but he's not bad. He's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like watching Terry McGinnis be Batman Beyond. He's a different Batman, but it's awesome.
But he's still cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Batman Beyond, that's another good one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
And actually, shout out to Jon Schnepp for doing that whole spiel for us, which was cool. It was enlightening. Okay, I think his Twitter handle is like at JON and then SCHNEPP, Jon Schnepp. I could be wrong, but yeah, follow him, check him out. I'm telling you, the man got some talent. Just got to see it, people. Just got to see it. So, outside of that whole universe of DC in general, we tend to focus on Gotham. You know, the pre-Bat, okay? Which is not a bad time, but, you know, it's a very enlightening time for a lot of people out there that don't know much more than Batman, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, we've seen, what, 12, 11 episodes so far?
Something like
I think
that.
the last one was number 11, Rose
think
Gallery.
so.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of interesting things that have happened within that time. Some of them being great, some of them being bad. So what would you consider are your best moments? Vi, what's your favorite best moment that's happened so far? And guys, please do throw it in the chat or wherever you want to throw it. Let us know because we want to know what you think as well because your moments might differ from ours. But yes, Vi, what's your favorite moment? What's your best moment?
So many good moments, but I think my favorite moment was the awkward sponge bath between Carol Kane and the Penguin.
Oh, that was hot. That was
I mean,
hot.
it was like, you know what I'm saying? You guys were all thinking the same thing when you saw that. You were like, she's giving her son a sponge bath. How much farther south is that sponge gonna go? And it was awkward and it was funny, and so it stood out in my mind. But also just like, I love Robin Lord Taylor. I love Carol Kane. So anytime they're together, I'm just so happy.
It was interesting. I felt weird at that scene, but
And
I
we're
was
talking
like,
about women and little whores on the back going around her behind her back.
yeah, you know,
Keeping my man away from me.
Yeah, and you saw like where he got his viciousness from because his mom had it.
What about you, D? What was your favorite best moment?
Oh, the appearance of Victor Zsasz, hands down. When he walked in there and just wrecked that police department. Although I would have rather he did that with like throwing knives or some edged weapon other than bullets and a gun. I'm still satisfied, so yeah, Victor
And
Zsasz.
I'm pretty sure you guys knew he was gonna say Victor Zsasz
Yeah.
and she was gonna say Harley Quinn. We've gotten to the point now where you
so
know
predictable.
what we come with.
To the point where, what's his name? We had a super awesome Twitter follower make a drinking game about how predictable we are.
Which we haven't forgot about, by the
No.
way. We're gonna use that drinking game.
Maybe at my birthday party.
Yes, but we just want to be sure that you're not at home doing the same drink game if you are under 21. We're not trying to promote any Selina Kyle going on out there, you know what I'm saying, running the streets and stuff.
Man.
So, but it will happen, and appreciate that drinking game because
We love it.
that's pretty awesome. My favorite best moment, that's improper grammar, favorite best moment. The best moment in my opinion, I'm going to say that, okay, was when Alfred got up and took charge. When he realized, like, you know what? I'm done with all this. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm about. And then the assassins came to the house trying to get Selina and Bruce. Yeah. And he was like, no, Master Wayne, not today. Yeah. And he came out there, clack, clack, bah, bah. He started whooping them up. I was like, bro, how old is Alfred, like 50-something?
Nobody.
It doesn't matter. He's really agile.
Yeah, I was like, bruh. Alfred, yes. Every
yes.
time he gets on the screen and socks somebody in the face. When he went up into Fish Mooney's place and was like, look, this is what's about to go down.
Oh,
this is what's about to go down.
Oh, he totally
I forgot-
He
I
James
forgot
Bond
about-
suaved her.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You remember that?
Maybe that's my favorite
Alfred
moment.
is a beast all day,
Yeah.
every day. Anybody look at him sideways, they get a British teacup smack right to the side of the face, okay? Because that's what he does. Don't forget pinkies up, bow, right to the side of the face.
Very strong pinky.
I'm just a very strong pinky. That being said, what is your least favorite moment
Oh my gosh.
of the thing? Go.
Well,
Vi.
once again, like I think I sound like a broken record, but I'm a little bit unhappy with the sexual politics in this show. I just feel like the woman-on-woman relationship is a little bit exploitative, is a little bit for like thrills and not actually explored like a legit grown-up relationship. I don't know. So that's one of my least favorite things. And I mean, you know, sadly, like the Barbara's character is just pretty universally hated. And a lot of people will agree it's not the actress's fault. She's just written to be terribly hated. And that bugs me because my favorite characters on this show are male. And I just wish that I could get more excited about some of the female characters on the show.
That was deep. That was deep.
I know, I'm super
I
deep.
felt that one right up in here in this area somewhere.
I'm really deep.
Maybe we'll get to now with Dr. Leslie Thompson.
There you go.
That would be
Hopefully
nice.
she comes in and kills the game. What you got, David?
My least favorite moment was Black Mask Fight Club. That's how I'm going to describe
And
it.
that is how we got the signature head to the table smash from your boy David here.
I literally got up, walked over to the table, and face planted my head straight into it when I saw that episode.
Mind
Yeah.
you, it was a lot more graphic than he says, because we was a little worried at first that he was a little injured. But he's a war veteran, the boy's tough. Smashed through the
Thug
damn
life.
table.
He can do it.
Just saying, thug life all day. My least favorite moment as you all know, was when Copperhead, a.k.a. Cinnamon, the light-skinned stripper that snuck into the show,
The light skin.
that decided to do her little kung fu moves and somehow take down everybody with the
Steven
worst
Seagal
stunt
kicks.
choreography that I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that's why I seen him like do the little Steven Seagal run down the street. You know, he does little hand tosses with his ponytail swinging.
All hands.
I could not stand that woman, and every time I saw her on the screen, I wanted to like hit her with a bag full of nickels.
It was like,
it
yeah.
bothered me. I don't know why.
It was
Nickels.
such.
Because nickels are heavy.
'Cause that's all she's worth.
And they're like
That's all she's
thick
worth.
coins. Just imagine a bag of them to pow hitting somebody.
Yeah, no, that was like the biggest stunt choreography fail. I was like,
That I've ever seen.
It was so. I mean, that was like those compilations that you watch on YouTube of like the worst fights ever. That was
Now,
kind
instead of
up there.
moments, what's your favorite episode? Like, what would you consider your favorite episode of the thing? And guys, please tell us yours as well. I'm interested in talking to you, so just let us know. But for you, Vi, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode is the one that got the highest ratings, actually. Penguin's Umbrella, where like all of the loose threads, well, not all of the loose threads, because there's mad loose
lot of
threads
them.
on
Yeah, we'll say a lot
this
of them.
show, but a lot of them came together, and that I really loved that.
And I'm gonna say, David, I'm assuming that was the same for you too, right?
Same episode, Penguin's Umbrella.
Penguin's Umbrella?
It was
Awesome.
best
For me,
episode of the season.
I'm gonna go with Lovecraft because why? Alfred's a beast. Teacup, pinky slap, bow on all the assassins. That's just what it. And he got shot. Can we not forget that Alfred
yeah.
got shot? How do you take a bullet
This is
any more
true.
pimp than the British man himself, the butler, took the bullet and pow? He was like, pow, pow. I was like, that's how you take a bullet right there. Alfred is a beast, will forever sit in my heart because he's like the mercenary. He's almost like the merc with the mouth, but like the sensual mouth, the British mouth, that guy. That's my episode, Lovecraft, right there, the mid-season
great.
finale. That was my business. Yes, now predictions. So who we gonna say who lives or dies? Because now we reaching that point now, you know, we've already passed the midway. Stuff's starting about to get real. It's gonna start moving a little bit, you know, more intense than it has so far.
Yeah.
Anybody living or dying?
Predictions.
What your predictions do you got so far going on?
I think the fish is gonna die. I think she
agree.
has to move the story
See,
forward.
Who been saying that the whole
But-
time?
Well,
but-
that's just
Chris-
because she hasn't signed her contract for season 2. So maybe it's just because they're not coming back.
Can't ruin it with the politics.
I mean, and I gotta say this, like, if you go by like fan favorites and stuff like that, like, I mean,
Barbara needs to die.
I mean, if you look at like in terms of like fan popularity, who's in trouble? Barbara's in trouble. I don't think Fish is one of the more favorite characters and stuff like that. So I would say they're looking bad. I'd say Barbara's looking really bad. I didn't think Barbara was looking this bad a few episodes ago, but like her hateability is so off the charts that I'm like, ooh, people
Yeah,
are
no,
gonna be
it's
clamoring for that girl to die soon.
Over Reddit
Ooh.
about there's like straight Reddit threads about how much we hate Barbara.
I mean, like, I don't know. I just think that's such a shame that like a character can be created so despicably.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
on that note, guys, please go ahead and Google some Barbara real quick, and we'll be right back after these words from theStream.tv.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
So a couple of YouTube shout-outs from people on there right now. Music for the Radio, what's good? Ashay Nagar, what's good? Spice Nug, and T-Man Christian. There you go. A lot of religious stuff going on in the world right now, but that's probably just your name. I'm sorry I'm taking it there. But there you go, T-Man Christian. So Vi had the decency of bringing up some fan art and cosplay that she found on the web and whatnot from DeviantArt and a couple other sources. We'll take a look at some right now.
Yeah, let's take a look at the first one. So I'm a big DeviantArt fan. So check this out, Bird of Prey by Smudge Thistle on DeviantArt. Smudge Thistle has like a ton of penguin pictures, but I love this one because it's kind of like watercolory, and he still has like that red nose that's so distinct, and it's actually kind of like Eon Fluxy, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I really like that one. And like I'm just such a big consumer of fan art. Like I used to write fan fiction back in my day, so like I love this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just recently got into cosplay, and I actually found another cool penguin picture of cosplay. Can we bring that one up? Yeah.
Oh, he's
so
good.
Trust in Me, Just in Me on Tumblr. He does a lot of really cool cosplay, and this one is very in depth. You got the hair, you got the umbrella, of course, and the outfit and the look. Yeah. And the look too. And there's even like online tutorials of how to do your penguin makeup, and there's online like guides for making bobbleheads for penguin stuff. There's just so much great Gotham fan art out there. So send it to me because I love it and I eat it up, and maybe it'll get featured on our show
hit her
next
up on
time.
Twitter at Vi Flaten, VIFLATEN.
You got
Did I say it right?
You spelled my name right.
Thug Life going the forearms over here with David. I'm trying my best.
I love you guys.
Next up, we got the fan questions. Fan question number 1 coming from Ying Fa Domo from YouTube. Dope name.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Catwoman backstory in the comics where Selina turns out to be Falcone's daughter? Do you think they'll tie it into the show? I remember you said something about that. What was it called? When in Rome or something? When in Rome. I don't know much about that arc, but from the way they're setting it up, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? There's to be something cool. I mean, they've done all kinds of other things. I think it'd be a cool little implication.
I would love it just because one of my things with the show is I feel like they drop so many things and don't tie them together. So I'm just like, yeah, put it together, make that connection somehow. It's also interesting because in year 1, Catwoman also gives him the scratches. So I think like, wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, so you never really know.
Such a complex relationship you can mine there.
What'd you think, Dave? I see that face.
I think it's the When in Rome is a 6-part miniseries, and a lot of times when DC does these miniseries, they don't really tie in to the universe as a whole. So they might just be like extra stories. They don't actually change anything. And not only that, like this story, Catwoman's a grown-up, and she's like grown. Falcone's already dead, and they never actually proved that Falcone. It was just a rumor. She wasn't able to prove whether he wasn't or whether he was. So she never actually proved that he was her father.
Yeah.
However, I think for the sake of Gotham, if they take the concept of that and plugged it into the show, I agree. I think it would make a lot more connections where there aren't any right now.
Yeah.
Pace and point.
So.
That's what David does, okay?
Yeah.
Fan question number 2 from Spice Nug. What's good on YouTube?
Nug.
Do you guys think we'll be introduced to Lucius Fox's son, who is known as Batwing? Lucius Fox's son.
Let's let you talk about that.
Well, I mean, as we all know, I would love if they brought Lucius Fox's son. It's a hard tongue twister. Lucius Fox's son onto the show because, of course, yours truly, who looks like a young Morgan Freeman, would love to be on there. So, yes, I think that'd be cool. Will they do it? I don't know. Batwing, it seems kind of early, so we'll see.
Yeah,
seems definitely kind of early.
If we haven't even got Papa yet, there's no time for the baby.
Well, if they're bringing in a young Papa.
We haven't even got Nightwing yet. Why are we going to get a Batwing?
Yeah.
There you go.
Where's my Nightwing?
We haven't had Robin since those really bad Bat Nipple movies.
And on that point, fan question number 3. From Music for the Radio from YouTube. When are we going to see a bat, the animal, on the show? Well, Music from the Radio.
Sound like a very Discovery Channel voiceover.
There you go. I mean, as far as seeing the bat itself, like the animal he was saying on the show, I don't know. We get the theme, but yeah, we actually haven't seen like a flying bat. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some imagery. He might fall down a well.
Talking about this.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 iconic moments in Bruce's past, in his childhood, that defines him as Batman. The one is the death of his parents, We got to see that already. The second is when he falls into the well and he sees the bats for the first time. Now, when are we going to see that?
Maybe he might be falling down a well soon.
That's that. My money is on that iconic moment happening in the final series of the final episode of the first series, because then it's like a nice bookend. You know, like death of the parents, in the well with the bats.
Well, see, normally it's his father that pulls him out of the well with the bats.
Well, we know that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. But I can easily see Alfred doing that.
I'm just saying, as thug as Alfred has been this whole thing, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce messed up and Alfred threw his ass down the well and was like, now I'm going to make you climb out. And then he climbed out and he got upset. Bow!
Where's that finger?
Teacup slap. You know what I'm saying? Because Alfred's such a beast. But yes, realistically, I can see, like you said, the well happening, you know, at the end of the season, and then, you know, it's going to get real. We're going to see a bat.
Or maybe it's a flashback within or something like that.
There you go. And on that note,
wouldn't be
guys,
quite as powerful, though, that way.
Yes. So this has been the recap episode and, you know, predictions and everything else we talked about. Shout out to Jon Schnepp again. So yeah, subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, theStream.tv, and for all your favorite after shows, Gotham hopefully being one of them. And yeah, we will see you guys next week with an actual Gotham episode right before we come on.